Fat Bald-Sicilian, FBS. I am very grateful for Fat Bald-Sicilian. I'll tell you why. FBS created more channels than Comcast. Okay, FBS endorsed a lot of channels. He created a lot of channels, and I bet he can't count how many channels that he has helped to get monetized, and I'm one of them.
You know, and then it's not like you have no violence on your record until you're 30, and then one night you just decide to go out and kill a cop. It doesn't happen like that.
Fabricio was always a tough kid. He was a tough kid. He had a nice punch. If you hit him, he would knock you the fuck out.
I already had the position. I don't want to say boss, but that's what I was. I had the position. I was made directly with New York, and I didn't have to answer to nobody in my area.
I didn't watch the show, so I didn't really understand the magnitude, or how big this moment was.
But you know what? When De Niro asked him to let the old lady stay, and she has to stay with the dog. Well, God, that's never started, huh? You know that scene? And he was like, "Stop!"
Anytime I got to shoot at John's restaurant on East 12th Street, which was like a big mob hangout where Joe the Boss Masseria would hold court, and I got to work with Ivo Nandi, who played Joe the Boss. Those were some of my favorite scenes.
And the moment you walk in, I could recognize who's at the bar, who's sitting at the table, FBI. And this is the first time that I meet Sonny Franchitti.
As a matter of fact, outside the Bada Bing, Satin Dolls, we put a curtain in the parking lot. Everyone was wondering, why is that big curtain in the parking lot? We were rehearsing the hanging scene.
I'm living proof, guys. I'm living proof. I mean, no, I'm no millionaire or nothing, but listen, look at my life 4 years ago. I was in a fucking hotel. I was selling crack. I was snorting coke. I was drinking myself to fucking death. I was literally taking bags full of Ativan just because I wanted to die in my sleep. I was all alone, and now I'm here. I have my family. I have a little bit of money in the bank. I got everything I want. And I got you guys in this channel. So if I can do it, any of you can do it. Yizzo! Looks like I wound up coming on at 9:30 after all. Sorry about that, guys. Baby A told me to start over, and if Baby A knows me, she knows that I am a little OCD, and as soon as I think something was fucked up to the point where I have to start over, that's what I do. You know what I mean? I think she was expecting me just to repeat myself, but no. That's not how it works over here. I'm nuts. Y'all missed the funniest fight in Truth Serum earlier. Jeff and FBS showed up. Yeah, let's talk about that first, and then I'll get back to what I was saying on my first attempt at this show. Okay? D. Gainey. So, is Tony Pizza saying that I started a refrigerator fund? Is that what this fucking maniac's saying? I don't even... Is that what he's saying? Some guy was coming in the chats today and saying the real Angelo is here. Yeah. Well, I'll drop the link for him. A little OCD. Love you, brother. Yeah. See, I should never answer comments. What was I talking about, guys? I forget which part. Oh, that was you, baby A? Oh, my God. Nice. I was cracking the fuck up. Want to die laughing, FBS? I got new subs from Dude's Chat, LMFAO. That's funny. That's funny. Is that what I was talking about? I don't even remember. No, I don't think I was. I was talking about something else, I think. When FBS shows up, there's going to be fireworks. Yeah. All right. Well, whatever. Anyway, I was, after my show, I said SoFlo was going on and stuff. And, right before I ended the show, Jeff Nadeau texted me and said the Truth Serum guy is talking about me. Okay. So I went over there just to see, because me, if you're talking about me, okay, drop the link. You know what I mean? Especially him, because I want to question that motherfucker so bad I could feel it in my balls. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me go check it out. And to my surprise, I saw many people from this chat, like Steve Blair and Chicago Muscle and or S. Frank and who else? There was a bunch of people. Okay, so I won't lie, I thought he was a good sport. He was. Chicago Muscle, that was fun. Jimmy Calandra was in there. He was saying how much fun it was. That was fun. Anybody who missed that, I feel bad for you. But I'm going to say something here. Okay? Oh, really, Joey Frakes? Yeah, it was something you wouldn't have wanted to miss out on. I don't blame you for wanting to get in on that chat. So I'm going to say something here that might sound crazy to some of you. Now, this guy was being a coward. He was being a punk. All the shit he talked about. He apparently called me a clown and all that shit on his show. And then I kept saying, drop the fucking link and calling him names and clowning him and insulting him. And there was no chance he was doing that. Yeah. Oh, baby A, without a doubt. He had to be mad. He did not expect that. He doesn't understand that when you talk about us over here, you're going to get an unwelcome surprise. We're all going to show up over there and we're going to take over your entire fucking show. You know what I mean? And you're going to be fucked. All right. And that's what we did. But this is what I'm going to tell you guys. After I did that, I did go and start watching SoFlo's show. And then I started researching this guy. Okay. As I, quite often do with people. Now, I put things together pretty well. The guy is obviously from upstate New York, most likely Rochester, something like that. He said he was 60 years old, and I know his full name because it's on his book or whatever. Somebody sent it to me. All right. So I started looking. And I found his address and stuff, and I checked out his address, where he lives, and some other stuff about him. I'll tell you this. The guy's clean as a whistle. Okay. Does not have a criminal record anywhere in the world. Not a thing. No financial records like bankruptcy, stuff like this. Rusty. This motherfucker. Hold on. All right, guys, dog issue. Anyway, Rusty, yeah. It was Peanut starting fucking trouble, though. He had Rusty out there growling. It's a pain in fucking Rusty's balls. I can't stand it. So I had to, separate the two. Anyway, I started looking this guy up, like I said, and I found where he lives, and I found some other stuff on him. And like I said, clean as a whistle, nothing interesting in his background whatsoever. But oh, it's a guy named the Truth Serum, standing on business with Eric Falls. By the way, thank you for coming on earlier. It was a good show. I hope you got some subs from over here too. Yeah, absolutely. So, I saw some things that bothered me. Okay, let me just tell you that. I saw some things that bothered me, and I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to do anything to embarrass the guy or tell you, what I found. I'm going to say this. I remember when we found out about him doing this, I said I almost feel bad for him, because it's like he's got to fake this whole thing, and he appears to be like a lonely guy and a guy who doesn't have a lot going on. Well, I feel bad for him all over again. Okay, I do. I think his situation is sad from what I found, and I'm just gonna stop fucking with him. Just let him do his thing. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Let him. We all know that the whole thing is fraudulent. Fuck it. I say just let him do his thing because, like I said, I'll speak to some of you in private and share with you what I found. But I showed it to somebody else and they agreed with me. I just feel bad for the dude. Plus, I heard, I don't know if this is true, but he might be in recovery from drug addiction or something. But there's no point in picking on this guy. You know what I mean? It's not worth hurting him. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. some people, they come on here and their actions cause trouble and everything else. This guy is just playing some game and role playing and having some dude come on and pretend he's someone he isn't. Who gives a fuck? He's not really part of MobTube anyway. So yeah. No, Chicago. No, we gave him an ass kicking earlier. We gave him the ass kicking of a lifetime, and he probably learned his lesson. But we're the good guys over here. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to kick a guy while he's down, and I believe this guy is down. So, and maybe it bothers him or it will bother him, me saying this and stuff, but it's just who I am. Yeah. It's not worth. That's what makes us better than the other people. People on the other side, like that scumbag MRE and certain others, like that fucking fat pig horse bitch, fucking, well, it's not really fat, but she's still a pig horse bitch, NB. And certain other people, they want to ruin lives. They want to get people's health insurance cut off when their child needs chemotherapy. They want to basically abuse people right into committing, this is what makes them happy and makes them laugh. That's not us, so listen, let the guy do his thing. Let him do his thing. I'll give him credit. Like Chicago said, I think he was pissed off. I think he was nervous. I think, we shook him up a little bit, but he was a good sport. He was a good sport. He was kind of talking back to us and shit and kind of talking shit back. So, and then I don't know, his internet conked out and he was done. The show was over. So, that's all, man. That's all I'm going to say about that, dude. But yes, it was fun. That was a MobTube moment to remember. We had a ball. We were cracking the fuck up. Me and Chicago and Jimmy and S. Frank and Bobby was in there, I believe, and a bunch of people. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Obviously, Baby A was there as what the fuck was that? Anyway. Baby A was in there as the real Angelo, whatever the fuck the name was. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. Baby A is you fit in over here perfect. I didn't realize that was you playing the real Angelo. That was funny. Yeah. That was great. So anyway, that's that. I wanted to get that out of the way. I'm gonna leave the guy alone completely. Let him keep having the guy call in. Who gives a fuck? There's obviously people over there that enjoy it. Not many, but they watch it, and the guy gets to, I don't know, kill some time, maybe even make a little money and interact with some people. So, love you too, Baby A. So, I don't see any harm in it. There's no need to pick on this guy anymore. So that's that. Is that why? I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Like I said, I wasn't going to do a show tonight. By the way, people donate because I am here on a Saturday night. God damn it. I wasn't going to do a show, but what I was saying on my last show while my mic was all fucked up is that earlier today I talked to SoFlo, and he told me about a threat MRE made towards Tina SoFlo. Okay, this is so far beyond off limits. You know what I mean? I was on fire. So I said to him, do you mind if I talk about this on my show? And then I said, well, wait a minute, because he said Chicago was going to do a show on it tonight. I said, well, wait a minute. If Chicago wants to cover it, I'm not going to, go out and talk about it first. He said, well, let me call Chicago. Chicago said he doesn't mind, but it's just not me. You know what I mean? It was Chicago's thing tonight. So I figured I'd wait. Anyway, this motherfucker MRE actually threatened to, was it slap or punch Tina in the face? And he called her a fat bitch. He threatened Tony. He said he'll slap Tony in the mouth. MRE, who the fuck are you kidding, bro? Who are you kidding? Honestly. You think you're tough because you faced one dude who was not prepared to fight. He was with his wife while you had all your friends, a pistol, and a fucking Doberman with you? Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Do you understand what Tony SoFlo would do to you, even at the age of 60? You're a fat little fucking weeble wobble. Like, you can't possibly be able to fight. You're too fat. Anybody with any level of energy and speed is going to run circles around you and beat the living shit out of you, bro. You would not stand a chance against anybody in a real fight. You look at you. I mean, I know sometimes people see themselves in their own vision, and it's not exactly what other people see. But holy fuck, MRE! I mean, look at a picture of yourself. Look at your shadow when you're walking through Johnston or whatever. You're fucking enormous, bro. You're enormous. You're fucking unhealthy. You had open heart fucking surgery. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we know you get high and shit. You know what I mean? So you're a fucking mess. SoFlo of all people, this fucking maniac. Are you kidding me? If SoFlo ever got a hold of you, bro, I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be rest in peace, MRE. It ain't gonna be no beating. He's gonna fuck you up bad, and he's gonna put you in the hospital or kill you. There's no doubt about it. You stand zero chance against Tony SoFlo. You don't stand much of a chance against any fucking buddy. But SoFlo, you're stupid. Like I said before, guys, underestimate the dude all you want, but you're forgetting some things about him. You know what I mean? Forget his age. He's prison fucking preserved. Okay? He's a dangerous guy. And he will take you apart piece by piece, MRE. I promise. All right, you're very fucking stupid and saying shit like this, but why do you say it? Because SoFlo ain't coming to fucking Providence to see your sorry ass. Okay? He's not. He fucking sat in New York and invited you and all your punk ass fucking friends. Forget invited. Challenged you. Dared you to come see him, and you did nothing. And now that he's back in Florida, you're tough talking again. That dude would murder you, bro. You're out of your fucking mind. And your friend Damian Argenti and whoever else is there. You're crazy, bro. You have this vision of yourself that doesn't match who you really are. It doesn't. From the first time I saw you, I said, oh, he's a fat little butterball. He's this fucking tall. You know what I mean? You punch him in the face a couple of times, kick him in the nuts. He's all done. He's all done. And he's talking all this tough talk while he's sitting on his show in a fucking mask. Now, why are you still wearing a mask? You still obviously have some concern about people recognizing you. Not like that fruity voice can be matched to anyone but you. But you threatened to punch Tina in the fucking face? Listen, I hope Tony gets a hold of you one day. I hope somebody fucking does. Okay? Tina, who's done nothing to you, who's a sweetheart of a person. You threatened to hit her in the fucking face? Bro, and let me tell you something else. Angel, as much as I try not to talk about you, this is the kind of shit that gets you in trouble. Because now if Tony decides to destroy your whole family, you got it coming because you support this. I don't see you coming out and denouncing his words and saying, no. Listen, MRE said this or that. I don't agree with it. If God forbid somebody threatened to punch Victoria in the face, Angel, you would go fucking ballistic. But it's okay as long as it's happening to someone else. You know what I mean? This is crazy. Crazy. I've been on here all this time. A bunch of wild shit has been done to me and my family. A bunch of wild shit has been done to everybody in their families. But I've never heard anyone threaten to physically assault somebody's wife. I don't think. If they did, rest assured, they did it about Shanna. Okay. And my fucking memory. But this, to me, is new. And only the biggest fucking lowlife on MobTube would say it. Well, there's two. Two people would say it, possibly three. Michael Paul Sacchio, because he's one of the biggest lowlifes I've ever come across in my whole fucking life. Tony Pizza and MRE. You know what I'm saying? Animals. You're fucking animals. You threatened to punch Tina SoFlo in the face. Well, listen. I hope one day Tony gets to defend her honor up close and personal with you, MRE, I hope so. The result will not be surprising at all. Michael, that sucks. We had a good time. It looked beautiful there, by the way. I don't know. You made a big fucking mistake. You made a big mistake. You've been talking about Tony's family a lot lately, I believe. And now, if he goes after yours, what are you going to do? You're going to cry and piss and moan about it? How you're the victim again? He can do whatever he wants. Anything he does now is justified. You know what I'm saying? Anything. And here's the thing. It is going to fall back on other fucking people too. If a guy threatens to punch a dude's wife or girlfriend, fiance, whatever, in the face, or slap her in the face, whatever the fuck, either way, okay, and you platform him and you don't make it clear that you don't agree, well, you already know what's going to happen. It's SoFlo. We know how SoFlo is. I mean, it's a fucking nightmare. So, whatever. But if I was you, I would distance yourself at least from that comment. You know, at least from that. And by the way, Angel, let me remind you of the speech you gave last night about how these kids, this younger generation, which, you know, come on, Angel. Like I said, we're all in our 40s and shit, for fuck's sake. This younger generation, who raised them? What were their mothers like? How did their mothers raise them? Which I would stop saying shit like that, Angel, for a lot of reasons. You know, question my mother one more fucking time. You know what I'm saying? I've had it with that bullshit. Okay. But you say that, and then what? A couple hours later, MRE threatens to punch a woman in the fucking face. Will you mention that? Will you talk about how MRE was raised? Will you talk about his fucking mother? Of course you won't. Of course you won't. I am convinced. I never believed it before. I never did. I just know you to be slightly dull, and that this motherfucker MRE has you fooled and has had you fooled for years, and you still haven't figured it out, no matter how much evidence we give you. That's what I really believed. Now I do believe he's holding something over your head. I do. Because you can't possibly be this stupid. Nobody can. And you're getting yourself in trouble for the guy. So I am convinced at this point that he's holding something over your head. I guarantee it. Something he saw in the house, maybe something else. I don't know. But this is nuts. Bad fucking idea standing by a guy after he says something like that. But then again, it's been a bad idea forever. You know, standing by a guy who's a neo-Nazi, standing by a guy who's a rat when you're John Gotti's daughter, and you're in We Push Back, or at least you used to be, and you're part of the anti-rat crowd. You know what I mean? Hanging around a guy who's been accused of child molestation. So you've made a series of bad decisions, and this guy, Angel, mark my words, will destroy you. He will destroy whatever reputation you have, will be destroyed by this guy and your support of him. Somebody on here eventually will talk to a newspaper or something. Okay. And by the way, whether you guys believe me or not, I told this whole story to a journalist from London. Okay. She does, she does stories on obscure YouTube communities and shit. And I talked to her for hours. Shanna talked to her. She wanted to talk to my mom, but I wasn't having that. And I told her this whole story. And she told me something called a right to notify or right to something. I don't know. She would have to call each one of you, everybody I spoke about, and get your side of it, really, you know. And I was waiting on her to do that. She got sick. And then the whole thing with me getting jumped happened. And once that happened, she got a little shaken up and said, I'm afraid that, people could be in danger. Maybe it's not a good time. I'll revisit this in a year. I haven't spoke to her since. Okay. And that was mid-October, late October, something like that. Okay. So, and I really don't care anymore about that horse shit. I really don't. But somebody is going to get this out there, this story out there. And with your name on it, it's going to get a lot of attention. And there's no way you're going to be able to deny it then. Okay. If it's in print, all this evidence against MRE for all these different things, anybody who supports him is going to go down with the ship. There's not going to be any deniability anymore. No. There really hasn't been in a long time. But I will say this. This is something I am going to do from here on out. I thought about it last night and today. I think everybody should kind of follow me on this one. If you got beef with Angel, of course, fight back with Angel, whatever. But as far as trying to convince her anymore, don't waste your fucking time. From now on, when I talk about MRE, I'm not even going to mention her fucking name because there is no point. There is no point. This motherfucker could be caught M-wording a child while R-wording a woman or a man while burning a cross on a black guy's lawn and hanging a Jew, all live on YouTube, and she'd still be like, I'm not convinced yet. So, you know what I mean? She could see video of him testifying against people, and she'll be like, no, that was a mistake. He didn't know what he was talking about. They tricked him. Yeah, come on. I've had it. So don't waste your time anymore, guys. Besides, who really gives a fuck if she believes him? Who's she? You know what I mean? People make much too much of Angel here. So that would be my advice. You know, there's no point. You're talking to a brick fucking wall. And look at what she did last night. Look at what she did last night. Common sense annihilated the fucking guy to the point where even he had to prove or admit he was wrong and say, oh, there was a suspended sentence. That changes things. And then she makes the title, Parasite Slayer slays common sense. This is not a person living in the reality we're living in. Okay. I mean, slays him. Common sense literally proved everything he said to be wrong, and it was backed up with evidence. You know what I mean? That I provided. So it don't matter anymore. You know what I'm saying? There's no point. We'll always go after MRE because he's a Nazi scumbag. But forget about trying to convince that woman. Nothing will convince her. Nothing. Not a thing. So, you know, and it's not stupidity. You know, Angel knows what's going on, but she'll never acknowledge it. Or it'll be willful ignorance, and she just will refuse to believe it. But I think she has to know. Don't forget, when she was fighting with him, she said, I defended you for however many years, a neo-Nazi. She called him a neo-Nazi. So she knows he's a neo-Nazi. She acknowledged it several times while they were fighting. Several times. But you know, as far as publicly, nah. Not anymore. Not now that they're cool again. As soon as they're fighting again, he'll be a neo-Nazi. But once they make up, it's all bullshit. So who gives a fuck, man? You know what I mean? We exposed MRE so that this little corner of YouTube knows who he is. And anybody else who ever finds this little corner of YouTube. So we outed him as a Nazi so people would know exactly what he's all about. Okay, that's what we did. And that was it. That was really all we had to do. You know what I mean? For some reason, though, we put some importance on what Angel believes, and we've been trying to convince her for you know, I don't know, probably 2 years now. It's a futile effort. It's stupid. It's stupid. So that's all. You know what I mean? Just keep abusing him for what he is. Because trust me, he has no problem abusing any of you or myself or anyone. But as far as anyone else, you know, you're talking to a fucking wall. It's somebody who chooses to live in denial. So I'm just not I'm not fucking around with it no more. It's pointless. Him and his mob royalty friend would be winded after 1 or 2 swings. Of course. FBS, watch out. She got Marlo when she drink the ghetto juice. She gets very hood. Ha, ha, ha. I've seen it firsthand. Parasite Slayer, you have been punked. I mean, this is what they do. What is that saying? What is that saying? Hold on. I think I know it, but I don't want to fuck it up. Arguing with idiots is like playing chess with a pigeon. No matter how good you are, the bird is going to shit on the board and strut around like it won anyway. That's what we have here. That's what we have here. You're playing chess with a pigeon. Seriously. These people will literally go into denial about something that just happened. Like common sense just demolished Parasite Slayer. And it's like, nope, he won. He won. So you win by being proven wrong about every claim you make? Wow. Then that side they're the champions, I guess. You know what I mean? They're the champions of MobTube. Yeah. For fuck's sake. And they call us scumbags. I'll bring any one of you motherfuckers on here at any time, and you tell me how I'm a scumbag, and I'm going to tell you about yourself or the people you're around. You tell me how in my life, forget about this YouTube. I do this for money and entertainment and to kill fucking time. Okay? You tell me how I'm a scumbag. I'm the only motherfucker to this day who has ever done anything positive, who has ever tried to help people and actually helped people. I'm the only one that has the compassion for others to pour out my fucking guts or do whatever I have to do just to let people know they're not alone and try to help them get some sort of treatment for their addiction or whatever it may be. If somebody's depressed and they're talking crazy shit, I'll spend hours on the phone with them if I know it'll make them feel better. From the very beginning, I've been doing addiction recovery shows from the very fucking beginning. And everybody loved us for that and gave us all the respect in the world until they decided they didn't like us anymore. You know what I mean? I have yet to see anyone else on here do something positive for someone. Angel's channel is just like everybody else's channel. All they do is talk about people. You know what I mean? I do other shit, and I've always done other shit. That's why the funniest thing you could say is that FBS has no content, for fuck's sake. Okay? It's complete and total bullshit. So I want you guys to tell me what you've done, what you do in your personal lives, or what you've done or what you currently do on YouTube to affect some sort of positive change or help people who are struggling. I want you all to tell me. I want you to tell me I'm a scumbag for helping take care of my mom and raising a family and providing a living and taking care of my youngest stepson and being very involved in my oldest stepson's life and my daughter and all this shit. The father I always was to her. I want you guys to tell me how I'm a scumbag, especially when you compare me to a fucking Nazi who was accused of child molestation, or some animal like Parasite Slayer who all he's done from the day he came on here and never really came on here, entered these chats, is attack people's families. And apparently he just threatened to do it again last night or some shit. He's telling people who go after their families, but he's too much of a coward to tell us who he is. He talks about women. He talks about children. He's an absolute bottom of the barrel fucking low life scumbag. You know, they call us scumbags because we expose them. Of course, we're scumbags to them because they're cowards whose main focus in life, at least on YouTube, their main goal is to stay anonymous so they can continue to hurt people without anybody knowing who they are or being able to fight back. Well, sorry for you, but FBS is here, and Chicago's here, and SoFlo's here. Okay? It's not going to work out for you. And Parasite Slayer, if you don't think I'm going to find out who you are, then you live in denial the same way Angel does. If you don't think eventually I'll find out exactly who you are, you're fucking crazy. And then when I do, no warnings or anything else. Everything you've done and said about my family or anyone else's will come back to bite you 10 times over. You better hope you're a lonely man with nobody in your life when I find out who you are. Okay, and who else over there? Who else does anything fucking good? Kane Shades, he sits there with a fucking clip channel and tries to make fun of people and he lies on people and edits clips to make it look like they said something they didn't say. And he runs around with the biggest lowlifes on fucking MobTube, him being one of them, and does nothing positive. Nothing. Who else? Name them. NB? Do I even have to say anything? We heard it for our own ears. The conversation, if you want to call it that, between her and her daughter. We've seen a lot of shit. Okay, MRE or NB is a fucking NB is the devil in my mind. She's called children's services on people, try to get children taken away from their parents. And mind you, when you do that and the children are questioned, that could scar them for fucking life, or it could at least traumatize them temporarily. Okay, so you're not just hurting the parents, you're deliberately hurting children. Children who are under the age of 18, otherwise children's services would, they'd have nothing to do with it. They'd have no authority there. You know what I'm saying? Once somebody's an adult, they're an adult. Okay, so the guys who call me a scumbag. It's like, you got to be out of your fucking mind. You got to be out of your fucking mind. You're all crazy. I'm a scumbag because I don't let you stay anonymous, and I won't let you abuse my family or anyone else's. And I fight back, and that's the thing they hate the most, because all these anonymous cowards, their whole goal is to abuse people to no end and expect nothing in return. And then when you get it back, whoever served it to you, they're a scumbag. No, the only scumbags on here are part of We Push Back or the Troll Army. And they're pretty much interchangeable. Okay? It's the same fucking thing. Those are the scumbags. Those are the scumbags. The people who wish death on a person just because 20-something fucking years ago he might have testified against someone. Meanwhile, they root for killers, serial killers, mobsters, and they want to see them freed from jail. I could go on for hours telling you how all those people over there are scumbags, but it's not even necessary. I've been doing it for years. I expose them and they can't fucking take it. And I live more of a noble life than any of those motherfuckers or all of them put together. What does MRE do every now and then? Rescue a dog? You ain't doing that dog no favors. Okay? I've never seen a dog living in such terrible conditions as you do. God forbid you add another dog to that household and torture him just by making him live there. So that's it. That's my speech. That's my speech. Let me get down towards the very bottom. Yeah, nobody's donating tonight. Is what it is. Kane Shade's another clown. Man is borderline. Yes. Parasite Slaying Angel should get a room. This is another fault of hers. And like I said, I don't want to talk about her period anymore after this. Another fault of hers is that she trusts. And this is a woman who, grew up in the world of the mafia. Okay? She will trust anybody who's telling her what she wants to hear. Like, she made a fool out of herself last night by letting this clown go on and make a claim that she in no way, shape, or form researched or was able to verify or confirm. Nothing. Okay? Because she trusted him, like MRE. Over anybody. Do you realize he wouldn't even tell her who he was? She didn't find out until I told her. Okay? I told her. And she trusted that guy more than anything. And a self-admitted troll, a whole bunch of self-admitted trolls. That's who she trusts. So, listen, one thing you will never be able to do, ever, at least in my lifetime, okay, for eternity, fuck that. You will never, ever, ever be able to link my name to a neo-Nazi. Never. Or somebody who's been accused of pedophilia. Okay? Never. Never. Whatever else you do to me, you can't do that. Because in order for you to be able to associate me with a scumbag like that, I'd have to associate myself with them. And it'll never fucking happen. It'll never fucking happen. It's me, the scumbag superstar. Yeah. Superstar, my ass. Scumbag, definitely. Superstar, not so much. All right, guys, that's all I have to say. Have a good rest of your Memorial Day weekend. Have a good holiday. Make sure to honor the servicemen and women that we've lost. Have a good time. Do it safely. I love you all. And until next time, salute.